Hey there people, how you doing? So, today we have the review of the Galaxy Buds Pro. Now, I just want to start off by saying that these are basically the best Galaxy Buds that Samsung has ever made, and these also have some of the biggest upgrades compared to any other Galaxy Buds that we have had before. And, well, starting off with the case, first and foremost, it looks very similar to Galaxy Buds Live case that we had last year, but it's infinitely better compared to that one because, firstly, the moment you hold it, you'll notice this silky satin-like matte finish that is just nothing short of incredible. And it's not just a finish, we also have what I would consider one of the most satisfying hinges and magnets. Like, it's very firm, tight, and it feels very premium compared to what we've had before. Like, yeah, we can still open this one up with one hand, but it just feels better. And the matte finish obviously helps. The tighter hinge, magnets, everything just put together. The case alone is fantastic. I have no complaints for it. The size and everything is also just up to the mark, and there are, again, no issues whatsoever. But the design of the buds themselves, well, I'm not entirely certain if I corroborate with all the new decisions that have been made for the buds. Because if you remember, I felt like the Galaxy Buds Plus from last year, one of the in-ear style buds which are very similar to these, were the most comfortable ones that I've ever put in my ears, because that one, it had a fantastic design as a whole, but it also had an important factor which made the fit so amazing. It was the wingtip. Now these don't have anything as such, and that's definitely a huge downside depending on who's putting them on. If you don't have any problems with the fit, then it's all well and good, but if you do, and you do not have a wingtip to secure the fit, well then you're in trouble, just like me. Now, in entire honesty, the fit isn't bad or anything, but yeah, it does come loose quite often in my ears at least, and that obviously wasn't the case last year with the Galaxy Buds Plus. The wingtip was an essential part of what made the fit so good. This year, I cannot say the same for this, but the sound quality, well, that's a whole different story, because these are essentially the best sounding earbuds that I've ever heard. Because not only do they sound amazing inherently, these are pro earbuds from Samsung, you'd expect them to be sounding nice, but also, like, from a personal standpoint, these buds are amazing for the type of music that I listen to and the kind of sound I prefer from these earbuds. I think what really makes these earbuds sound so good is that it's not just the treble that Samsung nails almost every single time. I mean, treble and the highs are something that every Galaxy Buds from the Galaxy Buds Plus have been just incredible at. It's the same story here, just amazing treble. But it's also the bass and the midtones especially, because the bass, well, it's not exactly tremendous. Like, these are still earbuds, you won't be getting headphone quality bass out of these, but it feels very high quality. It doesn't feel like these buds are just throwing bass at your face just for the sake of it, because that's not the case. It's as though these earbuds are just giving us the perfect, balanced, appropriate amount of bass when it comes to the kind of music you're listening to. Now, this specific type of sound that I'm talking about with very balanced bass and amazing highs, that I'm getting with the dynamic preset in the app. Now, the app is the same as anything I've read before with Galaxy Buds. It's amazingly detailed and there's a lot of customizations. You can choose the kind of preset you want. I personally feel like dynamic is amazing, and bass boost is also fairly nice, almost surprisingly nice on the Galaxy Buds Pro. And then we have other things like 3D audio, which is mind-blowing on this one, that much I can tell you for sure. Like, the amount of increased soundstage that you can get for 3D audio is really something. Like, when you're watching videos and all that, it really feels good. The sound quality, it is something that has been utterly and absolutely nailed on the Galaxy Buds Pro. That, I feel, is just unquestionably true. Now, there is another factor involved in making the sound quality so good. It's the noise cancelling. I think this is the first Galaxy Buds that we have had with proper noise cancelling. Now, we had active noise cancelling on the Galaxy Buds Live as well, but it didn't really work out. But here, however, it works just as you'd expect it to. It cancels out a lot of noise, it cancels out almost any constant humming that's going on in the background, and other noises too get masked out fairly well. Now, I do want to say that these aren't as good as the noise cancelling we have for the AirPods Pro or even some from Sony, but these definitely get the job done. And considering the price and all that, it's definitely very good compared to its competition, at least. Now, tying into the noise cancelling, we also have the transparency mode on this one. Well, I'm very happy to say that it sounds way better than anything we've had before, because we had a form of transparency mode on the Galaxy Buds Plus from last year. I mean, that one doesn't even come close to how good this one sounds. I think Samsung definitely did a very good job in nailing the transparency mode alongside the noise cancelling. Once again, the transparency mode, just like noise cancelling, isn't as good as the best out there from Apple or Sony, but once again, for the price bracket it comes in at, it's definitely doing a fairly good job, just keeping up a few steps behind the best out there. Now, the one feature I feel like is gonna be the one thing that might draw people towards the Galaxy Buds Pro, even compared to the more expensive and technically better earbuds out there, it's voice detect. That thing is a miracle, to be entirely honest. It's incredible how well it works, and it's never failed on me. That's what blows my mind more than anything else. I had expected the voice detect feature to fail multiple times, and even if it would have failed say 1 or 2 times, I would have maybe forgiven it, because it's a new feature, and that's not even the case. It works with absolute perfection. At least it worked like that for me. So what it essentially does, for those who don't know about it, is that when you're listening to music or anything, and someone comes to you and you start a conversation, well, it'll automatically detect you talking. It won't detect the other person or anything like that. Rather, it'll detect your voice and the vibrations from your mouth or the jaw moving to lower the music volume and let all the background noise in. It works so well. Like, I cannot stress enough how accurate it is. Like, the moment I start speaking, it kicks in immediately. I personally feel like when I move on to, let's say, some other pair of earbuds to test and review, I'm gonna start talking like a complete retard, and then I'll notice that this one's or the other earbuds volumes do not go down. It's gonna be an awkward situation for a while. Well, I get used to the fact that I have to remove them or pause the music and all that. It's a hassle, let's be honest. On the other hand, here, all you gotta do is start talking, and voice detect is the best thing to have happened. Then, the one place where I feel like Samsung didn't nail it is battery life, because these have essentially some of the lower tier of battery life in Galaxy Buds as a whole. It's not as bad as the first ever Galaxy Buds, but this one, it's not that good either, because I believe it reaches somewhere around 18 to 20 hours with noise cancelling enabled, and let's face it, you're paying around $200 for these, maybe less with some discount, but whatever. You want noise cancelling on, it's phenomenal. And tie into that the voice detect feature, it's just the perfect setup for having noise cancelling turned on all the time. But with that, you are losing out on a fair amount of battery life with noise cancelling. And so these buds, they have impressed me in almost every single situation, and in every single category basically. But the keyword here being almost, because the design of the case is awesome, but the buds without the wingtips, the fit just isn't as good, at least not for my ears. But sound quality, well, that I feel like that's definitely near perfect on this one. Like, given that these are earbuds and just the amount of sound fidelity they have, that's definitely something to appreciate, especially for the price tag. Noise cancelling and transparency mode, although not the best of the best out there, it's still a viable option compared to the best of the best. I would say it's like, given its price tag, I would say it's just barely enough to convince someone who doesn't need the absolute maximum noise cancellation or the best highest quality transparency mode, and they might not be willing to pay for it. Well, then this is a very good and very appealing alternative to that. But obviously the slightly disappointing part might end up being the battery life. Some people might feel like it's just not enough for them, and I wouldn't disagree. So yeah, this is the Galaxy Buds Pro, and it is essentially the best Samsung has ever made, and the closest Samsung has gotten to almost achieving perfection in terms of Galaxy Buds or truly wireless earbuds as a whole. I think down the line, it's just gonna get better. So yeah, do I recommend these? I do, as long as you don't have any issues with regards to the fit or the battery life. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be seeing you guys later. Cheers.